Hello friends, and welcome back to the Grub Space Program here. We are at the KSC. It's evening time, and we're ready to go on to our next mission here. I've already selected it. We are going to put a satellite in orbit around the moon. Mainly because I have worked my science over, and I managed to finally pick up advanced electrics, which gives me the cells here. And I've already gone ahead and constructed the rocket. That way you don't have to sit here and watch me trying to fiddle with everything to get it built. But here is the Kastor 2 rocket. Let me go ahead and compact that and pull that out of the way for the moment here. So it's got the basic lifter. I got this big old fairing on here because that's just how it worked out at this moment. But I decided that since I'm going to need to get... This was good enough to crash on the moon. But I don't want to crash on the moon. I want to land on the moon. I mean, I want to orbit the moon. And I may at one point want to be able to bring this back from the moon. Back to Kerbal, you know, whenever I may want to update the satellite. And in that case, I decided to give it some parachutes. Here are our photo cells. In fact, while I'm thinking about it, Custom 1. Toggle the panel. Just to be sure these all work. This way what will happen is when I press Shift tilde, that should extend all of my panels for me automatically. That way I ain't got to try and hunt them down and do them one at a time. Hopefully that's how that'll work. So, I'm hoping this will be enough to do what we need to do, and it didn't add too much extra weight. As we can see here, for our first burn on the rocket, we got about... I'm sorry, yeah, right here. I don't know, I think we should be fine. So let's go ahead and go to the launch pad. And let's see what we can do. We're going to try and put this in moon orbit, and forgot to mention I have added a couple more mods here to kind of make satellites a little more useful. One of them is the ISA map mod, and this is it right here. Just want to make sure it's not on. Yeah, I was checking to make sure that it was working and seeing how it all worked and what would be good orbits in my test realm, and apparently it does that automatically. So here's already a map of Kerbal, and this was from playing it on Sandbox just to try things out. But I don't have one of the moon, and that's what we're going for. So let's go ahead and close that out. That's why I wanted to double check, but that's what that does. I also have a Kethane scanner on here so that we can scan for Kethane on the moon. So we're going to map and scan for Kethane at the same time orbiting the moon. So we'll have liftoff here at KSC in 5, 4, 3, power to boosters, and liftoff. Alright, and I will see you once I have stabilized in orbit and I am ready to shoot the moon. folks. We're trying to get ourselves in orbit here. As you can see, I'm already on my second to last burning stage. The one I was hoping to use to get to my get to the moon itself. I'm just gonna need that to fine-tune my orbit probably. So I'm hoping this will be enough to get me to the moon and get myself in an orbital position to be able to scan it. This thing was a lot heavier than I thought, and I didn't change out this, so that was my bad. But while we're here, since we got the sun there, let's go ahead and deploy our you're supposed to deploy now. Yeah, okay, never mind. Not shift tilde, it's shift 1. That's how the action group thing works. Actually shooting for the periapsis right now, so I need to get that up. Yeah, I need that periapsis a little higher. I'll deal with the apoapsis. Alright, I don't think this is gonna make it. Just don't think it's gonna make it. Go ahead and we'll stop here. Maybe I have enough force to sling around, and once I sling around I can fix my orbit. But we'll see. I mean, I've only got 863, and I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna take just to get to the moon itself. So this is going to be a wash. On one note, I'm getting a free declination of my apoapsis. That's good. We want to keep it between 120 and 80, so 80 and 120. So that's about where we want it. Slap it on there. And again, I will be back once we've stabilized our orbit, and we'll see what we can do about getting to the moon. Alright folks, after looking at how much I'm going to burn here and how much delta V I have left, I will see how much, if I can make it to the moon or not, but I'm not holding my hopes up. I'm thinking we're going to wind up just dropping this back in the sea. We're going to need some more lift. In fact, I'm not even going to get it into the exact place. I'm just going to get it down to where it says it wants it. Already done that. So there's that. So now we just got to try and see if we can't shit the moon here. So where is it at? So I have 625 delta V that I can play with right now. That's gonna get me about out here. And ain't no way we're making the moon. So on that note, what we will do instead, since we're up here, let's grab some science. We'll save it. Save that. Even though we're not going to get too much from it. I wish there wasn't that much diminishing returns in it, because there really isn't that many great ways to get in science. And it can be kind of hurtful trying to get it in at times. So anyway, let's go ahead and drop this thing back into Kerbin. I mean, we got those parachutes there, so why not? And we'll try again. So I will be back once we're ready for the second attempt at the Katurn mission. Bye. Hello friends, we are back here, and as you can tell here, we've done a little redesign of the Kastor 2. This is the Mark II Kastor 2. Now, I've been having a few issues with fraps and recording that the last flight I attempted with this did not come up, and halfway through it, so I just reverted back and see if I can record it this time. We got into an orbit. Well, about. I got to about that stage. I should say I was getting into the orbit before I had to quit, so hopefully this will do it. Go ahead and launch. See if we can't get this thing to the moon. And we really need to get this mission to pull off because, well, this rocket itself is over budget, so when we launch it, we're going to be over budget. And we need that little bit of money right there to keep ourselves back into budget. So once again, we need to get our apoapsis to 80, or between 80 and 120, and then stabilize our orbit, and then make a shot for the moon. So here we go. We have liftoff of the Kastor 2 in 5, 4, 3, main power to boosters, and alright folks, well, we managed to stabilize our orbit. I'll take that. If you knock off 4 decimal places, we're at a 0 circle. We're at a 0 degree eccentricity, which means a perfect circle. So now we just need to make our shot for the moon here, and I think we actually have more than enough. I mean, if we can't make the moon and get our orbit with close to 3,000 delta V, then we are messed up. So let's go ahead and put it out there. Just kind of circle it around, see where we get our encounter right there. Okay. $173, I can work with that. Alright. I'll be back once we start our burn towards the moon. Beforehand though, let's go ahead and wait till we get out to the sun. And we'll deploy our cells so we can start gathering power. So glad I learned about the action groups. It makes it so much easier to deploy multiple things. There we go. Alright, well, we've made our burn. There we or perhaps this is going to be at 153. So now we're on our way to the moon. Don't want to overshoot it. There's the moon. There's Kerbin. Wait, am I? I'm confused. There we go. I was about to say, hello? Can we get our orbit? Okay, let's get that moved down. Shit. Oh wait, okay, yeah, it's considered finished. Whew, about to say. So I need to get this within between 30 and 60. And let's go ahead and get our orbit first, then we'll worry about fine-tuning it. Because I'm going to have to put it into a lunar polar orbit anyhow. Close enough. Okay. Then I just want to adjust this slightly. Let's see, how do I... Let me fiddle with this and I'll see if I can't get myself a polar orbit here. Okay, that's about good. And just because I don't want to put it on that there, because I want to give myself time, I'm going to move it around. Right about there. I think that should be good. Should keep us mostly in the sun. That gets us 64 there, and then I'll adjust it once I've got there. Alright. So we're making our moves. Just need to find our target. There it is. And we got 46 minutes till we get to that point. So let's go ahead and just mosey it on. The pockmarked surface of the moon. Oops. Overshot our spot there. Maneuvering engine should be enough to get us in the orbit we want. My periapsis is at 64, and that is good to me right there. So now I just need to put a little brake right here. $64, 63. I'll take it. Oh wait, 30 and 60. Damn it. Okay, gonna be a little more maneuvering. It should be fine. I think we'll have more than enough delta V to do it. Overshot it again. Shouldn't be too much of a problem though. I mean, really, I just want to get my periapsis under 60. And then I'm going to come over here and drop this down as well. Honestly, I don't even need it. I just need that as a marker. And generalized idea how long to burn. Just keep an eye on that there. So let's move on back around. Okay, that's good enough. So there we have it. We have succeeded in our mission. The Kastor 2 Mark II has made it to the moon into an orbit. We managed to salvage to get ourselves some cash there. So now what I will do is I'm going to trying to think what would be the best position to put this in so that it'll be facing the sun at all times on all sides there while still giving my stuff here access to the planet. So we'll go ahead and we'll activate our Kethane scanner. And there we have our first spot marked. So now we'll swing around the planet a few times to get that, and let me bring this up. As far as we're on the moon. Biome. Scan. Raw. I don't know, I think raw data is what you're supposed to take in order to get that, but we are now scanning the moon. There's our position as we go over it. And I'll just let this run for a little while off camera, and I'll come back and we'll show some progress. Unfortunately, in order to keep scanning, you have to keep the ship in focus in order for the scanners to keep working. So I'll be back a little bit later. Hello folks, I'm back, and I'll let this run for a little bit here. Like I said, it's a slow go process when you gotta leave it stuck on there, and you don't, if you want to get the straight line for the Kethane, you don't want to speed up too much. 10 is about the maximum. Getting to that third arrow there. Before you do that, otherwise it'll just start gapping up on you. But here's our moon map so far. So there we go. I'm calling that a success, and we're going to rename this satellite. See if I can bring it in. I guess it's not going to let me rename it. Yeah, never mind. I was going to rename it the Lunar Orbiter satellite. But for now, I'll just leave it as is. So, I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, comment. Oop, you hear that ding? That means there was some Kethane. There it is. By the way, since I probably didn't explain this a few seconds ago, the white lines mean no Kethane. The green marks mean Kethane, and then once you've got that information, if you mouse over it, you can actually see how much is there. For example, right here we got 438,000 units of Kethane in that little resource there. It kind of gives a little bit of a coordinate for it. So if you want, we're about to complete our full orbit here. So get one full turn. Go ahead and do that real fast. Let it complete. And somewhere on this moon, there is a monument to Neil Armstrong. And I'm not 100% sure exactly where it is. Supposedly, this right here will be able to detect anomalies such as that, and we might be able to pick it up in the future. So I may try that later on. See if we can't find it. Maybe that's where we'll land. Try and land our folks at. So I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, please like, subscribe, comment. Once again, my name is the Grub, and this has been the Kastor 2 mission. Let's see here. Let me just take myself back. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got just our little thing there. There it is. Space Center, that's where I want to go. I don't want to end it because I want to stay in orbit. Go ahead and bring up our tracking station here. First thing we'll look at is how much trash we've got orbiting the planet right now and what we can clean up. Now we can't clean that up from the Katurn 1. Yeah, here's some the Mark II debris we can clean up. Let's go ahead and take care of that. Just kind of keep things clean. We'll do recovery efforts. Looks like it's crashed to the ground anyway. And sometimes, not often, but sometimes I have received science for recovering vessels. So who knows? But they had to be within a certain orbit in order for you to be able to recover them if they're in orbit. On the ground, you just go to recover. And, you know, try and keep space clean. So around Kerbal here, we have our own little debris belt forming. Got Katurn 1, Kastor 1 and 2 parts. And then we have our probe. Let's see, did it jump when we did it? Yeah, see, when you're not focused on it, it'll jump a spot. And did it jump a spot with, yeah, okay, and it did the same with that, so. There we go, now we can rename the vessel. The Kastor Lunar Probe. There we go. So next time we'll try and get one of these around Minmus and do the same thing, kind of map it out when we can. So take it easy, folks. Bye-bye.